has announced their thought for the day. Thought for the day from the new management is teamwork. Teamwork or you're fired. Thank you.
Make up the set, please.
Butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta gutta butta. Okay, I'm ready.
And let's have salad bar noise now.
Anton Jones was the greatest detective in the world.
I noticed a grey speck on your jacket, which could only have come from a quarry upstate. Gentlemen, the murderer is the mayor.
But after a terrible accident...
I'm afraid his body won't make it, but we can save his brainwaves.
The greatest mind in the world now resides in a pocket calculator.
Where am I? No!
And with the help of a friend, he'll crack the case and crunch some numbers.
Don't you see, John? There's no way his wife could have killed him.
That's great. But how much should I leave for this tip?
15% of $28.50 is,
From the producers of Tommy Gulch, Attorney Stripper, comes Calculator Jones, P.I.
Any last words, Calculator Jones? Boobs? Boobs.
Freeze! Police!
I'll be back on the street in no time.
Then I guess I'll calc you later.
Ice cold beer taste, no good. This is Glug Light Spell.
Glug Light Spell is the only light beer that tastes like beer without as many calories as beer.
Sit-ups and lifting rocks, punching cops right in the teeth.
When Glug Light Spell bottles are empty, no beer comes out, so you know it's empty. Every time.
Wearing shorts, sweating a lot, hoping this will get Jenny back.
Glug Light Spell comes in a bottle with its name on the label, so you don't get confused or give it to a baby.
Rock hard abs and glistening pecs, drinking beer while exercising, getting tipsy, massive chafing, no pain, no gain, be a cool tattoo. Get dehydrated, don't take breaks.
Cookie Masterson here, and don't worry if you hear this noise. It's just my butthole. 3 players and not one of you thought to bring me flowers. Nice, there's your hardware. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by...
Oopsie Daddy male pregnancy tests. When you need to know quick whether you're going to be a daddy or not, trust Oopsie Daddy. Just pee and wait.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. So let's make this happen.
Get ready, time for question.
First up, that's one smooth infestation. Say you wanted to dress up a bunch of rats as members of the Rat Pack. What adorable rat accessory would you not need to purchase? A tiny glass of scotch for a rat Dean Martin, a tiny cigarette for a rat Joey Bishop, a tiny pipe for a rat Bob Hope, or a tiny bow tie for a rat Sammy Davis Jr. Player 2, clock's a ticking. Player 2. Players 1 and 3. Bob Hope was not a member of the Rat Pack, so you would not need to buy any tiny rat accessories for him. But if you ever need a rat to entertain the rat troops or host the Rat Academy Awards, Rat Bob Hope is definitely your guy.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Here's a good one. Beloved childhood character obesity. Remember that old cartoon, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids? Yeah? No? Either way, I'm gonna ask a question about it. What might you hear Fat Albert say while consuming a tub of lard? Hey, 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 this is some good cow fat. Hey, 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 this is some tasty pig fat. Hey, 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 this is some delicious sheep fat. Or, hey, 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 this is some scrumptious chicken fat. Player 2, watch that clock. Players 1 and 3. Lard is made from rendered pork fat. By far the saddest time Fat Albert said, "Hey, hey, hey," is when his doctor told him they'd have to amputate his foot due to his diabetes.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Try this on for size. Score loser, and it's time to chalk up one dis or dat. Player 2. You could use a lift. This one's got your name all over it. I'm gonna read off 7 games, and for each one you tell me if you win by getting the highest score, or you win by getting the lowest score. If it's high score, press the square button. If it's low score, press the circle button. The rest of you ought to pay attention. Make your selections before player 2, because if player 2 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the winnings. We good? Here we go. Monopoly. Yahtzee! Hungry, hungry hippos! You realize we're not playing Uno, right? To me, games aren't about scoring high or scoring low, but finding something to do with your family that limits the amount of conversation. Take a stab at Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of a Spider-Man villain from the 70s. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus. Players 1, 2, and 3. Over the years, Spider-Man has actually had 2 villains named the Kangaroo. Both of them mostly just good at jumping. Although, I think Uranus would make a much better Spider-Man villain. Giant ice planets with no breathable air are a spider's natural enemy.
5 fingers!
Take a good look at... Warning! Only 0.000034 kilobytes remaining. Oh, my computer is so slow these days. It's bogged down with too much, data. I have to get some of this data off my computer. I guess we'll need to buy some cloud storage for all this data. Because it's the biggest, which cloud storage option is most likely to be able to fit all my data? Cirrus Cloud Storage, Stratus Cloud Storage, Cumulonimbus Cloud Storage, or Stratocumulus Cloud Storage? Player 2, it looks overcast for you. Players 1 and 3, cumulonimbus clouds are those giant clouds that can extend from fairly low to very high in the atmosphere. Hopefully that will provide me with enough storage space. I have a lot of German data on my computer. A lot of German data. That's round 1, and player 3 is at the front of the class. Think that might change soon? Remember, in round 2, every question is worth double. And don't forget, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. Let's keep going. Pucker up for the best Blink-182 question we've ever done. What should Blink-182 change its name to if it wanted to represent the number of times, on average, an adult blinks in a minute? Blink 10, Blink 25, Blink 70, or Blink 181? Player 2, players 1 and 3. Under normal circumstances, the average adult blinks about 10, maybe 15 times a minute. But don't blink too fast, or you might miss Blink-182's rise and fall from cultural legitimacy. Player 2, could be worse, in theory.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
This one's known as, Are You There, God? It's me, Jimmy Fallon. Imagine, in order to appeal to younger viewers, Christian network TBN airs a Late Night with Seth Meyers knockoff called Late Night with Seth from the Bible. What would you hear on the show? This show is live from my father Noah's Ark. Please welcome my murderous brother Cain. So, my sister Mary Magdalene has been in the news, or give it up for my band leader and mother, Jezebel. Player 2, watch the time. Players 1 and 3. Seth is the son of Adam and Eve and the younger brother of Cain and Abel. God gave Adam Seth as a replacement for Abel after Cain killed him. Of course, in biblical times, you had to be careful flirting with your talk show guests because you were probably related to them.
Follow me down to the sea.
Coming up, getting my YouTubes tied. And you'll be treated like an instant star for a right answer.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
Put these famous viral YouTube videos in order of shortest to longest. David after dentist, double rainbow, dramatic chipmunk. David double dramatic, dramatic David double, double dramatic David, or dramatic double David. Player 2, do something! Players 2 and 3, sing that one song, Chocolate Pain. Player 1, the viral video of the dramatic chipmunk is 5 seconds long, David after dentist is 1 minute and 58 seconds long, and the double rainbow video is 3 minutes and 29 seconds long. That earned you an extra $1,000. I try not to watch any video that's over 10 seconds long because I have the attention span. Oh my god, look at that monkey drinking its own pee! Say hello to lime and punishment. Ugh, my breath is awful. Luckily, I've got a bunch of loose Tic Tacs in this drawer here. At least I think these are all Tic Tacs. Which of these Tic Tacs should I probably not eat? The orange Tic Tac, the blue Tic Tac, the brown Tic Tac, or the red Tic Tac? Players 1 and 3, Tic Tac no. Player 2, yeah, they don't make brown Tic Tacs. Yep, that's a rat turd. Next up, Flo Me experiencing her time of the month. If she stays there for an entire Martian year, how many more times of the month will she experience? 22 times of the month? Alright, player 2, let me know who's getting screwed. If you're gonna threaten to screw someone, you gotta act on it. We'll try not to let that ruin the rest of the game. Players 1 and 3, a Martian year lasts approximately 687 Earth days, which would mean the astronaut would get her period about 22 times. Truly making it the red planet. brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. 2,000 big ones if you're right, but you lose 2,000 if you're wrong. And don't forget, remember the clue. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. You say hotel, I say motel. And where will you be staying this evening? Good luck. Player 2, aside from your victory, the other good news is that you and the other players are intellectually compatible. When you're done here, why don't you go stack some blocks? Unless you think that'll be too challenging. One other thing?
You don't know Jack!
And now, relax into downward dog.
Ooh, what's wrong, Susan? Is this yoga class too hard?
No, I had a burrito for lunch and I'm feeling gassy.
Honey, this is Sweet Relief Yoga Studio. We don't hold anything back.
Now, swing your foot into Warrior 2.
Whoa, did she just?
Uh-huh.
And that's okay?
Does that answer your question?
Hi, I'm Carol Cutter, and here at Sweet Relief Yoga Studio, we believe letting go leads to true health.
Hold on, I'm gagging. True health. True health is what I was going to say.
Hey, Jerry, doing a little yard work?
Oh, yeah. Just got some new garden gnomes.
New garden? Oh, my. Look at the size of that garden gnome's.
Oh, I see you noticed my gnome's giant package. I should have mentioned, these aren't regular garden gnomes. They're well-endowed garden gnomes from Gnome My. I bought the whole set. There's Python Petey, Busty Barbara, and my personal favorite, Giant Balls McGillicuddy. So, what do you think, Raj?
I can't look away.
Hey, boys, what you talking about?
Sarah, don't come over here.
Hi, Daddy. Ooh, look, garden gnome.
Kids, get in the house.
Gnome My well-endowed garden gnomes from the people who brought you lawn globes with nipples.
My name is Jaden Funk, and I want to teach you slam poetry. But talk is cheap, right? Cheap like a toy made in China by kids in sweatshops working 9 to 5 like Dolly Parton. The interruption. But North Korea just dropped a nuclear bomb. Just like I dropped a bomb. Mom and Dad, I'm not running the family business. Mom and Dad, I want to be a slam poet artist. To be happy like a megastore smiley face, you have to wear a matching vest just like everybody else. Ding dong, ding dong. Welcome to heaven. The most powerful words to any true-blooded American. So talk isn't cheap, but my class is. $50 for the 8-week session at the Rosewood Adult there.
No matter who you are, you have dreams. I want to to be an astronaut.
I want to be a doctor.
A dinosaur. And Angie's Ice Creamery wants to hear that. Come in.
Hi, I'm Cookie, and if one more person adjusts the thermostat in here without my permission, I will destroy everything they have ever loved. Got that? You three look like you need some hot trivia action. Everyone's got a nice little screw. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by...
Is it a dog? Just answer yes or no to the various photos based on whether or not you think it's a dog or not. Then you'll win the game. How fun is that? Very.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. So why not get started?
Get ready, time for question 1.
First, high fructose fun syrup. Which of these food products does not contain corn syrup? Kellogg's Corn Pop Cereal, Brock's Candy Corn, State Fair Classic Corn Dogs, or Cracker Jack Caramel-Coated Popcorn and Peanuts? Time's a-wasting. Player 1. Oh, look, your surprise at the bottom of the box is a tiny dunce cap. Player 3. The sweetness in Kellogg's Corn Pops comes merely from sugar and the love they put in. I like foods with as much corn as possible. That's why I'm pleased to announce my very own new product, Cookie Masterson's genetically modified corn-covered corn nubbins. Oh, I'm eating one now. Oh, the cream corn and corn nuts go so well together. Get some today.
Oh, Mama gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it so.
How about Fly Me to the Clune? And this dis or dat is hurtling through the cosmos. Player 1. Your score stinks at the moment, so this one's all for you. I'm going to read off 7 titles, and for each one you tell me if it's a scientific publication by Galileo Galilei or a George Clooney movie. If it's Galileo, press the square button. If it's Clooney, press the circle button. Now, I need the rest of you to pay attention. Lock in your answers before Player 1, because if Player 1 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the cash. Okay, we're off. Solaris. Gravity. The Starry Messenger. The Assayer. From Dusk Till... Discourse on Floating Bodies. Confessions of a Dangerous Monk. George Clooney would smugly smirk in approval. You know, sometimes when I look up in the night sky into the deep expanse of space, I can't help but wonder, why wasn't Monuments Men a better movie? Just one of the mysteries of the universe, I suppose.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Let's try. You know what they say about the size of a man's fret? Considering the respective sizes of their instruments, which of these male musicians is the least likely to be accused of compensating for something? A clarinet player, a piccolo player, an oboe player, or a bassoon player? Player 2, watch that clock. Player 1, get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Player 3, the piccolo is actually a half-sized flute and the smallest of these instruments. So the piccolo player seems the least likely to be compensating for the size of their, other instrument. And as long as I've already gone through the trouble of setting up this premise, I would just like you to know, I play a kazoo. Why not try Alt-shift medicine. I've been getting into Eastern medicine lately because I hate taking lots of pills, but this is kind of weird. My specialist gave me a fortune cookie.
Cookie, fortune twist. Cookie necessary.
Not that I'm complaining. I love cookies. Let's see what my fortune says. Prescription. 1 cookie AC. Now weird. It's a prescription. I'm not great with medical abbreviations though. When was I supposed to eat my cookie? First thing in the morning, before a meal, after a meal, or at bedtime? Player 2 clock's a ticking. Player 3? What? No. Player 1. Hate to disappoint you, but wait, no I don't. Want to see the answer? AC is a common medical abbreviation used on prescriptions and means before meal. Uh-oh, I already ate dinner today. That means I took this fortune cookie at the wrong time. I just hope there's no side effect. I think so far, guess it didn't make a difference after all. Do you smell burning plastic?
5 fingers!
Up next, till the closing credits do us part. If it followed the processional order of a traditional Christian wedding, what movie would probably have come out immediately after Bridesmaids, assuming the maid of honor is a bridesmaid? A raunchy comedy called Groomsmen? A gross-out comedy called Ring Bearer? A racy comedy called Father of the Bride? Or an R-rated comedy called The Bride? Time's running out! Players 2 and 3. In a traditional Christian wedding, the bridesmaids come out, including the maid of honor last. Then the ring bearer immediately follows, then the flower girl, then the bride. The best part of the ring bearer movie is when the ring bearer comes down the aisle and steps in a huge crap left by Melissa McCarthy. Player 1. Don't soil the memory of that wholesome movie by calling it racy. That's the end of a thrilling first round, and it looks like player 2 has the lead for now. Don't forget, in round 2, all the cash is doubled. And hint, hint, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Well, no time like the present. Open wide for Animation Dumb-ination. Which member of the Griffin family from Family Guy most likely got a recent APGAR score? Stewie, Peter, Brian, or Meg? Player 2 time's running out. Here's where the money is. The APGAR scale is a detailed test used to assess the overall health of newborn babies, something that Stewie Griffin, a baby, experienced the most recently. And based on the shape of his head, he should have gotten an F-. Players 1 and 3? No, APGAR scores are for humans, not dogs. But you know what is for humans? Is it a dog? The game! The newest, coolest party game from the people who brought you Which One is the Spoon and How Many Fingers Am I Holding Up? Today's
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Coming up next, keep your hellos to yourself. Which one of these pop stars is giving a polite Tibetan greeting? Miley Cyrus sticking out her tongue, Justin Bieber flipping the bird, Britney Spears flashing her crotch, or Lady Gaga wearing meat? Player 2, Player 1. Players 2 and 3? Really? Correct answer, show yourself. In Tibet, some people stick out their tongue as a greeting to show you they don't have a black tongue. If they did, it would mean they are the reincarnation of a cruel 9th century king. Not that anyone would ever suspect Miley Cyrus of being the reincarnation of a cruel 9th century king. Everybody knows she's the reincarnation of Hannah Montana. Duh.
Follow me down to the sea.
Here's one I like to call Trivia and Stuff. Where might the CEO of Linens and Things go to shop for the materials needed to make all the store's linen and things? Flax plants and things? Agave seeds and things? Sheep wool and things? Or silkworms and things? Player 2, watch that clock. Player 2, check please. Players 1 and 3, looks like your score could use some shearing. Watch how easy this is. Linen is made from the fiber of the flax plant, and things are made from other things, presumably. So this might be where the CEO goes to shop. Although he would probably make somebody else do the shopping for him. I mean, this is a guy who is too lazy to finish spelling the word and. May I introduce Low Spirits? As some of you may know, our studio is haunted by a ghost named Dennis. Well, I'm proud to announce that today I've promoted Dennis to be a writer.
Ooh, thank you, Mr. Masterson.
It's great because not only is Dennis hilarious, I found out that I'm not legally required to pay a ghost. Which reminds me, Kyle, you're fired.
Again? But you already fired and rehired me twice this week.
Yeah, you're fired again. So Dennis, let's get you a desk and figure out how to get you in the credits at the end of the game. How should the end credits read if Dennis the Ghost writes for our former writer, Kyle Mortensen? Written by Dennis the Ghost, written by Dennis the Ghost and Kyle Mortensen, written by Kyle Mortensen, or written by Anonymous. Player 2, watch the time. Player 3. Player 1. Honest mistake. Here's what a right answer looks like. A ghostwriter is employed to write for someone but does it under their employer's name. So get ready for a lot more questions about rattling chains and moaning and unfinished business, trapping oneself in this mortal realm, blah blah blah.
Ooh, I also have some ideas for questions about Breaking Bad. Ooh.
No good. This one's called Flash 'em If You Got 'em. What would you expect to see in a spring break video called Girls Gone Call of the Wild? Girls exposing themselves as they harpoon a whale, girls lifting their shirts as they fight in the Spanish Revolution, girls flashing their breasts as they pan for Klondike Gold, or naked girls committing cannibalism in the Andes. Watch your clock! Players 1 and 3, let this be a lesson to you. Ready for this? The novel Call of the Wild follows a sled dog and his owners during the Klondike Gold Rush. But there is no nudity in the actual book Call of the Wild unless you count the doodles I made in the margins. Welcome to the attack. Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. Don't forget my advice. When it comes to do's and don'ts, let's focus on the don'ts. takes it! Wow, player one, you actually won the game with a score that's lower than 0. It's like running a race backwards, except that you don't have to be in shape to play a trivia game. By the way,
You don't know Jack!
Hey gang, have you felt tired from all that racket and ballyhoo from the so-called music festivals that the teenage beatniks and ruffians do? Or isn't it time to hop to having the music festival that Goldarn plays real music that mature adults and grown-up older people like all of us and you can enjoy? Then come on down to the Hutchinson Community Park for Gerentala Palooza. We got Jerry Gorkin's medium-sized band, the Waltzaholics, assorted Bob Hope impersonators, the sounds of The Price is Right, the Muzak Ramblers, wind chimes, bingo, McDonald's coffee, and a half dozen music boxes that play music. All the